Hi everyone, it's Susan Gerbic, and I have another video for you today. This one's quite sad. I mean, they're all sad in their own way, but this is a heavily edited video that appeared on the Oprah Winfrey channel, YouTube channel, from the OWN network, the channel, and it has 1.3 million views. It was uploaded January 17th, 2019, but I think it appeared on Oprah Winfrey's channel. Well, the video, you'll see 2007 all over it. So the setup is that a grieving mother, wrote to Oprah show and said that her daughter had just died. In fact, it had only been 5 months before, and her daughter had died. She was a school teacher. She had a child that was just over a year old, and she was hit by a car when she was out riding her bike, and she died. So it was very awful, just horrible. The mother is only 5 months. It was unexpected death, and I can't even imagine how much grief this mother is in. So, as you guys know, when somebody's in grief, there's always somebody out there waiting to exploit that grief. So, the person we're going to be talking about today, her name is Allison DuBois, capital DU, capital BOIS. They have it spelled wrong in the video. She is a supposed psychic medium she's from Arizona. There was a TV show called Medium, supposedly based on her life, I think. Allison is endorsed by Dr. Gary Schwartz. I say no more. So we're going to look at this. The video is just under 4 minutes long. We're going to hardly see 2 minutes of it because so much of it is promotion. And the reason why I'm pointing out how long the video is because, I mean, it's YouTube, it's Oprah Winfrey's channel. It could have been longer, but it's not longer. And the reason why I think it's not longer is because there's not enough good stuff in there to show. They do a lot of kind of like let's show pictures of her when she was little. Let's show pictures of her with her husband. Here's a picture of her holding her baby. I mean, it's trying to tug at your heartstrings, and it's going to work because it's very sad. Pay attention to the music because it's all there intentionally. And remember, this is heavily edited. So let's take a look at it. Let's go through, and I'll come back and we'll talk about it. And we'll go back and we'll talk about it. And we'll see. I'm going to miss things. It's only my second time looking at it, so of course I'm going to miss things or think that I was going to say something and didn't. So so enjoy it along with me. Let's take a look at it. How these people can look at themselves in the mirror, I don't understand. It's so manipulative. All right, so mother is extremely in grief. The husband's looking like, what the heck? How did I get drug here? Who knows what he's thinking, but so I wanted you to notice what she just said, Allison said about her daughter. And I'm going to replay it really quickly when I start back up again. She says her daughter has her hair pulled back and one of her photos and curls all the way down the back. And she says, do you remember what photo we're talking about? Now, it's very common for you to wear your hair back like that. It's not unusual at all. I do it all the time. And she says, do you know which photo I'm talking about? And then they give her the photo from, afterwards, they edited it in. It's only there a second or two. Now, there are no curls. Her hair is back. There are no curls. The other thing is that I want you to pay attention. Is this a hot reading or a cold reading? Cold reading is somebody comes in cold and just doesn't know anything and is reading the people, and could have been there an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the video is edited in such a way down to the hits. Okay, that it happens. It's around. she's scribbling on her notepad. Henry does that too. I don't know why they do that. I think it's just a gimmick. There's nothing going on there. No, I really doubt anybody's written anything on the notes or on the edges. This woman doesn't get anything, so there's nothing to remember except that she died in a car accident, well, when a car hit her when she was on her bike. And everybody's very upset. She seems like a very wonderful woman. So I'm going to play this again, just the very bit of the little girl's picture. So it's only on the screen for a couple seconds. So take a quick look at it, and then we'll continue and see what else they have to say. Okay. What do you think? Do you think Allison knew ahead of time? She doesn't have to know a lot. She has to know almost nothing. She has to know that the woman lost her daughter. Well, she either lost her daughter or her son. Why would her son-in-law be there? So it's obviously probably her daughter. That wasn't hard. I mean, Allison can get this information from almost anywhere. I want you to remember that this is not a scientific test. It is just a show that is used to manipulate people's emotions. And they are trying their best to make sure that they put on a good show. So, of course, they don't want to have Allison do a reading that's going to just, fail. You see what I'm saying? There's an agenda here. So it's likely that Allison was told something, that this daughter died in suddenly, and she was hit by a car when she's out on a bike. And that's all she really needed to know, because everything else is given to her. The head injury, obviously, if you're on a bike and you're hit by a car, very likely your head is going to be damaged. I mean, you died, so it's probably that's what's going on. The things she's telling the family are really manipulative. She's, memory doesn't really work that way, where you replay your memory and then you replay your memory and then you replay your memory, and it never changes. When there's external forces that are trying to give you new memories or change and alter your memory, what ends up happening is you tend to start altering your memory. That's how it works. At least that's what we think the science is that memory is not perfect. It's malleable. I can't talk. I'm blaming it on the fact that I had some dental work done that I'm talking funny. So give me a break. You try saying that word. So I think it's very likely that just almost a little bit of information has been given to Allison, and that's why she was able to do it. So that's what I thought. She's hot reading. The scribbling in the paper, just a distraction. The music, the dark rooms with the candles and the soft lighting, it's all just to manipulate you, right? She didn't get any names. She didn't give any specifics of any kind, really, when you think about it. I thought it was odd when she said that the woman wants to identify with being a child, being protected and young in her happiest times. I kind of thought, the husband's sitting right there and he's thinking, so what about me? What about us getting married? What about whenever she gave birth to our little boy and she's holding him in her arms? Isn't that the most perfect love in the time that she would probably feel the most connected to and 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 loving? And I would think that would be a pretty big moment, but I guess it's not as big of a moment as the time when she was a little girl and she pulled her hair back in a bun and had curls running down her hair when she doesn't have the curls in her hair. So I mean, you're manipulating, you're playing up to the mom who's crying, but the husband's going, really? The picture in Hawaii, Again, they could have been doing this reading an hour, 2 hours, and it's edited down to this little bit. It's not, just because you only see 2 or 3 minutes of a video does not mean that 2 or 3 minutes were filmed. So there could have been some bit where they were talking about vacations. There could have been some bit about their life together and traveling, and any amount of conversation was happening. And then she gets it to a point where she says, "Did you go to Hawaii?" And he says, "Yes." And then he says, and she says, "There's a picture of you guys together with a palm tree in the background." He's like, "Yes." Okay, you see it out of order. When you see it replayed, it's, "I see a picture of you guys standing together under a tree with a palm tree." And he says, "Yes." And then she says, "Did you go to Hawaii?" And he says, "Yes." So this is filmed, cut, edited, spliced. I mean, so the sequence could be completely different. What you see is what they want you to see, to, again, manipulate your emotions and to make them seem even more genuine. So there's a lot missing. I'm sure she didn't sit down and have a 4 minute, 2 minute reading with him. So it could be cut in any way possible. Keep in mind, this is not science. This is the agenda here for the Oprah Winfrey channel and for Allison is to look, pull on your heartstrings, get people to view. What I do know is that at this point during this video, she's manipulating that mother, and it's hard to watch. It's excruciating to know. There's nothing loving and beautiful about that. She's not giving her mom any comfort, maybe for the moment, but that's, lying to somebody is never a good thing. I don't think. I just don't think so. So if I missed something, please let me know. If you think I'm too hard on these people, let me know. If you want to suggest another video for me, please do so. I'm sure I forgot something. Leave me a comment. And keep in mind always what is missing from this video that probably should be there. You've got a man and you've got the mother there. You would think there might have been other dead people who would like to get a hold of him besides that daughter, because we all have dead people around us. If mediumship is real, why didn't grandpa come through? Why didn't his mom or his great grandma or his people who were important to him, why didn't they come through? Maybe they did in the other hour or more that was recorded. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think.